Hi and welcome to the channel. Just a quick announcement, I'll be holding a competition for an Amazon $25 gift voucher. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and comment on my videos. And once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will announce the winner. Thank you and good luck.
But college basketball is supposed to be fun. Do colleges make money off of the games that are broadcast? Yeah, they do. Here's a news flash. I don't know if you know this. Colleges make money off of all of their students. Off the back of all their students, they do. And they don't pay taxes on it. And then they ask for more money from their alums based upon the success of their students who become alums. And then once you graduate, then they want some more money. That's just the way. Part of it is they're getting less and less money from the state if they're a public institution. Part of it is if they're a private institution, this is how they got to continue to generate and grow their endowment. And part of it is just kind of the nature of how their business works. But we operate under this, somehow it's sinister for colleges to make money off of basketball and football players. And by the way, the reality of it is they make a lot more money off football than they do off basketball, you know? And the football money that is made is not actually made by the NCAA. The basketball money that's made by the NCAA is made off the NCAA tournament. And that's simply because everybody I know and everybody you know fills out a tournament bracket. That's where the real money is. The volume of sports, the logo across the front of the chest. Look, Zion Williamson played made for basketball events against LaMelo Ball that was, no one could get into a gym in Las Vegas, but it wasn't a happening on TV until he played for Duke and they played North Carolina. There's a power to that brand. There's value to that brand. But more than anything, I was blown away and kind of embarrassed for many of my brethren in the media and a lot of former players who has said that Zion Williamson should shut it down. Now, for the record, shutting it down does not mean if the kid's hurt, he doesn't play. That's different. Shutting it down means healthy scratch. And we've seen shutting it down. That's what Kawhi Leonard was accused of doing last year. That's what Anthony Davis was basically accused of doing before the All-Star break when he hurt his shoulder. And the Pelicans are trying to figure out what to do with him. A healthy scratch to a kid who's 18 years old who tweaked his knee. Like, when did playing basketball become some dangerous endeavor like being a middle linebacker or running back or a wide receiver in football? Right? Like, do I want him to get hurt? No. Do I think that he's injured? No. And if he's healthy, should he play? Yes. Why? Because you're a basketball player. You came to Duke to play basketball. If you wanted to simply be a professional, he could have, even before the proposed rule change, he could have gone to the G League. He could have benefited off his name and likeness and had a shoe deal. He could have thrown down dunks, and we wouldn't have seen or watched all games. The level of competition or the level of talent is actually better in the G League than in college basketball, but it doesn't have the names across the front of the chest, doesn't have the coaches, doesn't have the arenas, doesn't have the field, doesn't have the fun. Like, look, college basketball is fun. I've played it. It's the best. It is exactly what you think it is. It's the best year to 5 or 6, what was it, Chris Farley? 7 years of your life. You're playing with a bunch of dudes who you live around, who you grow up around. It's your first chance to be away from home. You're playing for an old crotchety coach and trying to figure out how to kind of fit in, how to grow up. And then you win, you lose, you go out afterwards. And whether you have a beer or you have a soda or you have a Gatorade or whatever, you're hanging out playing video games. Like, it's exactly what you think it is. And just like youth sports is ruined by kids, we are trying to ruin college sports. Youth sports is ruined for kids by adults. It's the same thing that's happening with college athletics. We are ruining it because we're getting away from the core of what's about. And by the way, yesterday, there's an NBA proposal, and it feels like it's inevitable that they're going to change the age requirement from 19 to 18. Let me just explain something to people. That you've always been able to come out, go overseas, or play in the G League if you wanted. Now, in a couple years, you'll be able to go straight from high school to the pros. There is 0.00001% chance that college will ever compensate players for their name and likeness, which isn't actually that valuable without the name across the front of the chest, from that point forward. Why? Because if you want to be a professional, you're allowed to. You're allowed to remove yourself from school at any point in time, high school, college, and go to be a pro. And that's what the NCAA will say. That's not what we're about. We're about having fun. We're about giving people a chance at an education, putting people in a room full of other students that they would have a chance to meet because of the massive inequalities in education in our society. And it offers a wellspring of opportunities after you're done playing basketball, after you're done in college. But God bless Charles Barkley, man. All these people, especially guys that are former athletes, don't play, sit out, get ready for the NBA. Like, well, if you sit out, you're going to be working out, and you could get hurt working out. You got a chance once in a lifetime to play for a national championship with arguably the greatest college coach in the history of the sport, with a couple other guys that you live around, that you eat around, that you sleep around. And because people say your paycheck might be slightly larger, if you don't play, you should do it. You tell me a problem that's been solved by money